Hello everyone, T-Man978. Before you click the video off, I'm going to show the transformation in both directions, so don't worry about it.
T-Man978 Chill Review.
Okay, Transformers Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime, or as I like to call him, Voyager Plus. Before going any further, thank you for watching my video. I know I am way after everybody else. Alright, here he is in his truck mode. Starting here because I already transformed everybody else. And honestly, it'll be easier. Yeah. Honestly, straight off the bat, when I transformed him and put this trailer on him, disappointed. Like, this trailer is tiny. I guess that could look a little bit. No, it's tiny. And then it feels cheap. It feels like a McDonald's freaking toy, to be honest. Due to mass shifting, this thing does become taller than this Optimus Prime in robot mode. But you can see they're almost the same freaking size. But here's how they updated him. The truck, for the most part, looks awesome. It's very G1, super G1. I definitely like this in the way it's designed and colored. But things I don't like is this area looking incomplete and these things wanting to close at all times. There's nothing keeping that open. With the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime, it transforms similarly, but they have these little flaps that fold up that stays in place and keeps these open a little bit more. While I have them here they are. They should be close to the same height. Maybe this one is taller, but they should be close to the same height in robot mode. This does attach there, and he can carry that. Depending on how far you stick the peg in, it might not be leaning, but as you can see, that looks ridiculous on him as well. I honestly think the Transformers Siege Optimus Prime pulls off being a truck, even though it's a space truck. Pulls off being a truck better, or it has things that are way more cohesive and whatnot. They share the same leg parts, but certain things have been redesigned. Like, they put all this in there and they use the same shell, but it doesn't transform the same way. Yes, Siege Optimus has the trailer. I think if they didn't have this design on there and he came with a trailer, I could probably accept it more if it was like some type of weaponized thing. Since it's so small, like make it like it's an extension of him instead of being a gray box. And that would have been awesome. But knowing how big trailers are in real life, that looks really small. If you wanted to, you don't have to stick it into that port. You could have it right here and make them actually turn more and whatnot. It is fun to mess with. So for kids, yeah, that would be cool. This is how much he turns without it back that far. But he rolls, all the wheels roll. People dislike how these wheels are different from the front wheel. The front wheel is pinned. These are the clip-on type wheels. That's not painted at all. But if you pay attention to the Masterpiece Optimus Primes, the front wheels and back wheels are never the same on a tractor trailer. Even on this right here, they're always different. But even these wheels are different from the trailer, so I don't know if that's accurate. But let me show you the bottom of the trailer. When I seen this for the first time, I was like, ugh. But you could pull this down if you take this gun off that can store there. Bring this down, and yeah, they even put hollowness right there. It can sit up. Let me show you this first. You can put the gun right there on his back, and he can still do all the things. But honestly, I like to unfold the gun, and it does clip into right here with a satisfying click. I like putting it here. That masks the empty space right there. I haven't had the G1 trailer in a long time, but This is the MP44 trailer. This is why I'm feeling like underwhelmed by this, because look at all that stuff going on down under here. And the MP10 was no different, to be honest. G1 was no difference, to be honest. Like, you even have all these, the kickstands. This doesn't even have that. But let's show you what it does have. You have to open it up right here because of the way it clips on in here. You have the ramp. Here's what an Autobot car looks like after you open that all up. You cannot shut this with the car in there because it's too small. For me, that is the number one thing that the trailer should always be able to do. Whatever toy line this guy is a part of, it should be able to hold the cars that it is part of that toy line. You can put a Legends Class figure in there, nice and easy, but they don't make Legends Class figures anymore. So I guess you'll be able to put the Micromasters in there. You should be able to put a lot in there because they're so small. But as you can see, you have this ramp. You have this little drone dude right here, not painted in any type of way. Sort of similar to the G1, but these arms definitely are not. The arms were way more involved on the original figure. But this can, with this down, this can look up and down and rotate. And the arms are just on a ball joint that can shimmy all the way around and go out a little bit. You can put blast effects there, hollow on the back. You can lift this up, and I guess you could shut this. And he can be outside while Optimus is driving around. Like this. Here are the details right here. And of course you can store the gun or any other type of weapons you want in there. All right, here's Optimus next to his other figures in his line. As you can see, just like the G1 toy, scale is way out the window in vehicle mode. He should be smaller, and grapple should definitely be bigger. But yeah, that's how long he is. Let's bring that Bumblebee back up. Here is Classics Optimus, who's bigger and heavier. He doesn't have any like connection point thingy, but you know what, let's move this up. You can rest that there. But yeah, that's what you're working with right there. Here is Siege Ultra Magnus. They're roughly the same length. So I guess they made this trailer to scale with that. And guess what else they made this trailer to scale with that was kind of disappointing? Powder Primes. I thought the trailer was bigger with this guy. I mean, it is wider. And there is a whole robot inside of that trailer, while this is just empty plastic. And you also get a separate Optimus Prime, or in this case, Orion Pax robot. So, yeah, I think this has a ton more going on than this. Get a fully transformable robot, fully transformable trailer that becomes basically a big robot shell. And this is just an empty, thin plastic box. You know what this trailer does look good with? This Transformers Cyberverse Deluxe Class Optimus right there. If it had a little hitch, which it doesn't, but you can kind of groove it into that space and it will pull it. If this came with him, I would be super impressed with Hasbro. I would be like, wow, that is a bonus with him. All right, they haven't made Hover yet, but Sideswipe can help Optimus out because he's so big compared to this daggone trailer. But be careful because that peg is definitely too wide in this port. I think the port in Optimus is more than 5mm. If you want a roller substitute, this part of cog can fit in there, not with the guns. You have to take the guns out and boom, he can fit in there with everything shut. So that works out. You can't fit this in there at all because the treads are too wide. So end of the day, vehicle mode is good, but The trailer is definitely disappointing because this is supposed to be a leader class, and I'm still trying to get used to leader class being super small, even though it's been some years now. Actually, Combiner Wars Megatron wasn't even all that little. He was a little bit substantial. Anywho, transformation. What we're going to do is open this up right here, open this up right there, open this up here and there. We're going to shut these, even if they didn't shut themselves. Pull the wheels away from there, kind of bring that down. Shut these, split the legs, open the feet up, and boom, that's done. Now we need to bring the arms out of that cavity. Bring the arm out of the cavity. You can pull this down, like lift all this up, push the head out to that orientation, and shut this to keep that in place. Now we need to shut this, shut that, shut this, and shut that. Now we need to forcibly push that to collapse it right there. Bring it down to here and shut this on top of that. Now before we rotate the waist, we need to shut these onto there. Rotate the waist, and we can lift this up and push these into place. Open these panels, which are very thin and they don't really click into place. Rotate the hand, push that there. They are still thin and they don't click into place. But they decently stay there, but not as well as I would like. And now here he is in his robot mode. And this is good. Looks like Optimus Prime. Aesthetically, I wish his arms were a little bit longer, and I'll have to show you guys when I transform the Siege version. I think the Siege's arms look better. And then there's this stuff right here. I don't know whether they wanted a color breakup, but there is absolutely no reason that I can think of or dream of that this plastic wasn't made blue, just like the front of his legs. His legs have always been fully blue. This doesn't transform or do anything. There is no reason why this wasn't painted blue. It makes it stand out that this part is still there in the robot mode. So here is the body up close. They painted the hands this shiny blue paint, the crotch. The legs have, it's a marbling effect. It's not really painted. The head is, I believe, painted. But they didn't paint in between the eyes. So even though the eyes are painted blue, like you can see right there, they don't stand out because it's so dark around it. They painted that. So it's like, some of the decisions they make, they confuse the hell out of me. If the hand paint budget took away from painting the inside of the face blue, then I say just leave the damn hands blue plastic. But I do like the windshield and whatnot. Everything looks good except maybe these wheels on his back. If you wanted to, I don't think a lot of people show this off, but there's a pin going through there. It's open right here. You could just poof, pull that off. I mean, it has this still there, and this doesn't fold up or move or anything, but now he doesn't have wheels on his back. And that just clips right back on. So maybe they did that on purpose because they knew it looked dumb. Overall, I think this is really impressive that they were able to finally give us an Optimus Prime that looks this G1. It's really outstanding. It kind of looks like an updated version of MP10 because MP10 is like the perfect toy cartoon version of Optimus Prime. This is that same thing. This is actually more articulated than MP10. The head is on the ball joint so you can look up and down, kind of pivot and rotate. Shoulders go out like that. There's a reverse butterfly due to the transformation. And of course they rotate around. Bicep swivel. Elbow bends 90 degrees. And the elbow disappears there. That's the problem I'm having, I guess. Wrist rotate. There is a little bit of a play in there because of that flap not locking. And the fingers open. We have finger articulation on a Generations figure. Waist articulates that much with the back kibble in place. No ab crunch. Legs can kick up that much. I like this design right there. I hope they continue that. Legs go out to the side that much. Swivel. Bend still more than 90 degrees. Toes can do this. Heel can do that. And it has ankle pivot. Now, as nice as it is to have more than 90 degrees of bend right there, it doesn't really work when the foot doesn't rock forward. So, yeah. I mean, you can still get him into good poses even without that articulation, even without the gun, because he has the hands now. But let's bring in the gun. Might as well pretend they are just 5mm. And there you go, right that with that. The gun is thicker than I'm used to and is a little bit stubby, but it's still decent. That pose he was in on the box, he can't do because his shoulders are so far back, he can't reach in front of himself, like pretty much at all. Since I still have Power to Prime's Optimus, you hold that, and he still can't. Yeah, let's see. But it's like pointed in a way that doesn't really work. But if you like this waffly gun, I guess you can use that. It might be too big. Here's his gun next to Siege's gun, which is a little bit more G1 accurate and longer. So here he is holding this if you still have Siege's gun. Outside of that, you can slide this thing out of here and it can become a shield. Yay. Like I said earlier, we don't have a huffer, but if you could take this from Grapple, plug that into there, plug this into here, and if Optimus gets injured, he can pull this around. So yeah, but there are no wheels in the front, so it's going to be dipping. Or maybe he can dislodge that for Optimus to bring it to him. If you take this and push it right here, it's kind of hard to do. You can open his chest up. It's painted inside and detailed, and that's cool. They were able to work this in, and the matrix of leadership, come on, can actually be removed, and this is what you're working with right there. The matrix looks like this. It's not die cast or anything. There's a hole in the back, 5mm porthole. Well, guess what? You can put guns onto the back of this thing, or you can make his gun matrix powered. You can light our darkest hour, and if you flip it around, you can port Battlemaster effects in there. You can really light our darkest hour. And I know y'all already watched them go already, bloosh. Alright, you see that they like to make this trailer a repair bay and whatnot. So you can take Optimus, put him here, and the little drone dude can come down and fix him up. The little drone dude can also detach from here. And you can reattach him on Optimus's back. And now he can be like support shooting everywhere. Sort of like the Transformers Classics one. Or you could bring this down with the arms like that. Rotate it. And now it's a jetpack. Or you can turn it like this, and now it's a jetpack. Or you can wear him on his arm as a gun. Before I transform everybody to bring them out here to compare him to, he is definitely a decent action figure. He's a great action figure. I only had like a few nitpicks about the design aesthetic as far as the color and whatnot. And this, it's not the best, this thing right here, but it's way out of the way. So it's better than some people did it, like Siege and Transformers Classics, but you'll see that. And I wish they painted in between the eyes, but it is definitely a good figure. Just, it's unfortunate that it's cool that you get to have a trailer, because it's not often that Optimus Prime comes with a trailer, but the trailer isn't all that great for the $50. Kind of would have rather just buy him, because yeah. Here's the most important comparison, since these are pretty much almost like only a year apart from each other. From here down in the front, all the same. They didn't really change much or change anything, to be honest. Here's this. They tried to cover the wheels. He never had wheels showing in the cartoons. The thighs are definitely different, and all this engineering is different. The back engineering is different because the transformation from here on up is completely different. And I'm not crazy as far as the shoulders. His shoulders are more forward than this one. So he can get his arms rotated and bent more in front of his chest than this guy can. Like, that's the best you're gonna do. Their heads, which makes sense, because why would they need to change that? The heads are the exact same mold. Only thing different is this one, they actually paint it in between the eyes. As far as the backpack and the kibble on the arms, I definitely like this more. You stay there. That was an accident. But ironically, this one came out looking more like the G1 toy because of the way this is shaped, and the wheels are exposed right there. So you can see right here in the crotch area, that stops right there, while this one can kick all the way forward and whatnot, but pretty similar. Here he is next to the G1 version. They were going to give him freaking yellow eyes at first. This one doesn't have any paint in between the eyes either, but yeah. Definitely an improvement over this. Here's a mess of retail Optimuses that shows that I have a problem, because I own these and I believe I paid for all these myself. Here's Optimus next to some other leader class figures. Here's Ultra Magnus from Siege, which is a Voyager class with armor on top of him, and that's how big he is right there. Here is Power to Prime's leader class Optimus Prime, which is a Voyager with armor on him, and that's how big he is. You know what? These two might be the same weight, but yeah, I guess you get this, you get a trailer, and you get that, all for $50. Nowadays, this would probably be $80, but yeah, in 1 year, this jumped from being a $50 toy to an $80 toy compared to this. All right, since I claimed this scale on my taxes, I might as well go ahead and use it. Ultra Magnus is 12.4 ounces. Leader class Power to Prime is actually lighter, 11.8 ounces. And this guy with his trailer is the smallest at 9.1 ounces. Yikes. And all the accessories are in that trailer, and you see he's holding a gun. That translates to 258 grams for Optimus. Power to Prime Optimus is 334 grams, and this guy is 350 grams. Totally unrelated toy. McFarlane's Doom Marine is 9 ounces without his little shotgun. That's misplaced. And to remind you again, this is 9.2 ounces. Here this guy is from Transformers Siege Edition. Yeah, they're kind of on the same level. I kind of remember Megatron being taller than Optimus, but whatever. But yeah, it is a good toy. Can't put it down too much besides that trailer. The trailer is very disappointing. The head, it's on a freaking ball joint. So let's see. Actually, that just comes right off. Let's see if this just comes right off. I've never tried this. I never had a reason to try. I'm probably going to go with Transformers Siege on this body. So now it has the paint around the eyes, and the eyes stand out better. I hear this is a little bit too tight. Actually, no. It went, no. Yeah, it's a little bit loose on that ball, but whatever. I own both of these. Only reason for me to change back is if I decide to sell this guy. And who's going to want this guy with Earth mode Optimus? Somebody's going to want it. But yeah, it's a good figure. I would try to find it on sale. It's Optimus friggin' Prime. They're going to make 1 billion of them. So he's going to pile up, but he ships with friggin' Astro Train. A ton of people already had Astro Train from Transformers Siege. I admittedly have never seen the Transformers Siege Astro Train, but I already know because Astro Train is a small guy in a box selling for leader class price. He's going to be sitting around just like Shockwave is sitting around, and everybody's going to buy Optimus first. So I want to tell y'all to wait for him to be on sale, but can't really tell you that. And you know what's different between this guy and that guy? There's no swivel at the knee. They redesigned it. So, yeah, I think this dude honestly has more going on engineering wise than... Nah, I can't say that because the way this chest transforms, I really like that. I'm going to stop talking because I promised y'all I would show y'all the reverse friggin' transformation. Let's get to that. Open this flap up. Put the hand in. Shut the flap. Open the flap. Shut that. Shut that. Okay. Feet. Close that. Close that. This thing right here. Open this up. Open that up. Swing it down. And we can rotate his body around. Take these 2 side panels and shut them. Alright. The legs, I guess the legs can come together right now. Okay. And open his back of his back up. Lift this off of here. Go ahead and rotate the head. Well, actually, before rotating the head, bring this out. Bring this up and snap it into place. Open all this up. Open that up. Open this up. Open that up. And now we can bring the head under here. Make sure it's flat right here. Shut this on top of that. Bring this. Put the arms like to the back for now. Bring this down to meet up with the bumper. Go ahead and lift the legs up. Take the arms into this orientation. They kind of grab onto something in the inside of there. So you kind of have to have them back a little bit and then push it forward. Shut that. Shut that. Shut this on top of the legs. Open this up. Open this up. And you know what? I forgot something. Crap. Open this up and open that up. I'm a professional, everybody. Open this and open up the knee things, which is difficult to grab. Hope you got fingernails. This lightly plugs into there. Now we can shut this. Now he's a truck. Take this if you want to. Shove this peg into the back and boom. Take this guy, put that on there. Boom. Decent figure. I'm not too upset that I paid for it. I wish I paid less, to be honest. Until next time, thank you for watching. T-Man978, out of here.
Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those fucking videos, baby. Click videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.